through the resurrection of the Lord Jesus Christ. Because we celebrated it, we learned about that day. Today we want to get the reason, instead of any value to you and I, about the resurrection. First Peter chapter number 1, our second reading. Peter means the rock. Peter was a disciple of Jesus Christ. Peter was a spokesperson among all disciples. In Peter, where Jesus said, "In you I build my church. In you I plant my church." But what was Peter addressing this message to people? Number one, Peter saw the love of God for mankind and called the people of Asia Minor God's chosen people. God's chosen people. So he was addressing to people who were chosen by God. Tell your neighbor you are chosen by God. You are not just to come here today, but God chose you to come and fellowship in this church. Praise the Lord. Because you know all the way which is taking place in the diocese of Kumi. But God chose you to come where there is a strong foundation of your faith. So you are chosen by God. You are chosen by God. So Peter was addressing the chosen people of God who were scattered all over Asia Minor. People who faced trials. He was addressing people who faced challenges. And he was encouraging them that through the death and the resurrection of the Son of the living God, that through that resurrection, that's when we are all have a new life. Tell your neighbor you have a new life through the risen Lord. Because that was the reason why God raised him, in order for mankind to have a new life. Peter was reminding the Christians of the good news about the promised coming of the Lord to give hope, to give life, and fulfill the great promises. Peter was urging Christians to live as people who belong to Christ. That was the purpose of his letter to the children, the chosen people of God. And continue living in life worthy to God, continue living as people who belong to Christ, who was raised in order to give new life. When you look at verse 3, Peter was challenging the Christians of Asia Minor to give thanks thanks God, the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. He was encouraging that give thanks to God because He has raised His only Son, who is merciful, who is loving, in order to give life. Praise be to the Lord. Praise be to God, the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. In His great mercy, He has given us new birth into a living hope through the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead. So that's the reason to give us new birth. That's why God raised Him, to give us new birth, to give us a living hope. Tell your neighbor, have a living hope. That's why your neighbor have a living hope. Because some of us have lost hope. I've lost hope. Can you pick that hope and make it a living hope? That's why God raised His dear Son, in order to give us the living hope. The reason why He was raised, in order to keep our blessings. He was raised to prepare a store for our blessings. When you read verse 4, and until an inheritance that can never perish, spoiled of faith, kept in heaven for you. Because when Jesus ascended into heaven, the reason to prepare a place for us, in order to prepare a store for us. Now today, as when His presence, Peter is encouraging you and I to have the living hope, to have the new birth through His resurrection. Because that's why God raised Him. A place where our gifts, where our promises are stored. They cannot decay. They set hands. The promise of eternal life. That Jesus said that He, you are the Son of God, has life. And the life abundant must be eternal life. Because we face challenges, we face trials. Peter was encouraging people of Asia and is still encouraging you and me today that be glad when you face challenges, when you face trials, when you face temptations, when you encounter with tests in your faith. You must be glad. In verse 6, in this you are greatly rejoice, though now for a little while you may have had to suffer grief in all kinds of trials. When reading good news tells you, be glad when you face trials, when you face tests, as a family, as a child of Christ, as Christians of Kumi, we have faced trials, we have faced challenges, but Peter is encouraging us this morning, be glad and rejoice. In your marriage, you have faced challenges. In your place of work, you have faced challenges and glad and rejoice. You have encountered with all kinds of rebukes in leadership, but Peter is encouraging us. We must rejoice because